your daughters think about what you say about women, or do they agree with you?
Yes, they do. And they don't agree with me because I'm their father. I believe they should be an independent thinker. But I also don't want my daughters out here walking the street with tights on and a halter just so men can walk around or drive by and bump their horn at them and whistle at them.
So is it their fault or is it the men's fault for sexualizing them?
It is the nature of a man to be attracted to a woman who hardly have anything on.
Tights and a halter top?
Yes. Let's be real.
So then, I'm just trying to think. If I choose to dress today and have on a tights and a halter top, and a man honks at me, it's my fault.
You don't believe that a woman can dress in a way that can lure a man to him?
That's just like saying if a woman puts on a tight dress, she deserves to get raped.
No, that is not saying that. But because regardless of what a person wears, they don't deserve to get raped. But at the same time, there are some men that drive a very fashionable car and look a certain way, and sometimes that look attracts certain women. There are certain looks that a woman can have on that make her appear that attract certain men. That's just a fact. When you're dressed modest, you're not half naked. The Bible says that the shame of your nakedness not appear.
Well, the Bible says it must be true.
Yeah. The Bible is interpreted is the problem.
Oh, yeah, that's facts.
And the way you need it to be interpreted.
That's facts right there. So, yeah, we never had this conversation on camera, so so I would like to hear your points on how women dress and how men should react to their clothing.
You don't have to react at all. You don't have to look. You can look and then look away, just like acknowledging a person existing in the same space as you for that moment. I agree with her. That's it. I agree with her. It's the nature of a man. What?
So as men, we still feel like the less clothes you wear, the more attracted we will be, even if we still attracted to you in your muumuu and your do-rag or, in your bonnet. We feel like we are still attracted to women that are wearing the halter tops and the tight leggings.
In this society, especially, nudity is a specialty. It's supposed to be saved for certain situations only. So anything close to nudity, of course, will get a look or an extra acknowledgement or whatever. And no one's saying that men can't be attracted to bare skin or being able to see the full outline of somebody's cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's saying that. Well, some people are. But but it's the reaction. You can look at someone and be like, dang, that's fat ass. Move on. You can react that way. But to then chase them down, to catcall them, to stalk them in your car, to be upset when they don't return your attraction, I don't know, attraction, next step, right. Whatever.
But we're in agreement in that regard. Yes, I agree. You should not be same thing he said. No one deserves to be raped. No one deserves to be catcalled. No one deserves to be treated in a dehumanizing way. Mm-hmm. But we still feel that if you wear the clothes, it's a less percentage. It's not zero, but it's still less if you are wearing, winter wear.
Because there was like a whole, when the Me Too movement was popping, there were like people on the internet with their shorts, their shorts, their reels, whatever. It's like, when I was sexually assaulted, I was wearing a hoodie and jeans and blah, blah, blah. Like, it was like that type of trend where it's just like, well, when I got raped, it was my, uncle, and I was wearing, Hello Kitty pajamas because I was 6. Like, it's constantly this, this heavy, emphasis placed on clothing. You know what I mean? Like, I remember we did talk about this before, where it was like, because I was arguing, I could literally go to Walmart in an oversized shirt, baggy shorts, or sweatpants to my feet, slippers, my hair messed up, and a zip patch on my forehead. And you were saying that a man would still look or try to holler at, because if they stare long enough or whatever, they can see the curve of your hip or how your boobs are swinging or whatever the case is, and still be like, oh, I'm going to try for their own advancement. And it's like, you didn't have to advance. why can't it be the next step of being like, she looked like she didn't want to be bothered, or like based on how she dressed, she, whatever. Like, where's that extra bit of consideration for that there's another person, and they may not, you can come up, you can come correct, you can give a compliment, like, oh, that's fine. But it's just like the aggression, the almost like ownership of like, well, you put it out there, so I'm gonna smack it when you walk by, and stuff like that. It's like, what? Where's the justification in that?
Well, not shooting anybody bail, but it is like was society. That's pretty much been society up until recently, is that you go after a woman, you pursue a woman, you stay consistent with that woman. Like, you hear those love stories. Oh, he came to the diner every day and I kept saying no, and then finally I said yes, and it's the best decision of my life. Like, you hear stories like that all the time. So it's like, well, I don't know when I'm gonna find, this soulmate or this God woman, or not God woman, but this woman that's gonna change my whole life. I have no idea. So I might as well holler at whoever I see and see what happens.
But there's a way to do that too.
No, I mean, there's a way that you can actually get the number, but then there's also the other mentalities where they just feel like, oh, you shouldn't care what you look like either, so, just let me get some. So, I mean...
How's that her problem?
It's not.
That's the thing. How is that my problem? Is that I felt comfortable in this. I didn't do any laundry, so I look like this. Or is this how I dress? I got cramps and I feel like wearing nothing tight today. Like, or I don't have cramps and I'm not bloated and I do feel like wearing something tight today. Like, why do I have to care? How is it my responsibility because of how another person chose to react and then pursue with whatever follow through? So that person knows that you saw them and you like what you saw and you want to take it a step further. That's not my problem.
Yeah, I agree. I
don't have to respond to you because it's not a problem. I don't like that. I don't like that. And all this other stuff. I don't like it, so I'm not responding to it. And I have that right. I have that option. Just like you have the option to sound like an asshole and do that. But you have to be prepared for the rejection of it. And a lot of men then with that follow through get rejected in some way, shape, or form. And then there's like a childish reaction to it. It's like,
yeah, as long as it's gonna be
that you thought that was what was gonna get it, and even if you were totally gentlemanly,
your hair fucked up anyway.
Exactly. It's like, okay, just because someone told you no or just didn't acknowledge, why take that so personally? You know what I mean? They probably just don't bother anyway. They already had a rotten day. Whatever the case is, it's not necessarily your fault. So just don't take it so personal.
I mean, I agree, but I mean, at this point, you should start telling people you're a man and they'll leave you alone. But
not always.
Oh, that's a whole different conversation. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, be safe. It don't matter what you wear; they're gonna
holler anyway.
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen regardless of what you have on.